Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Eden's Zero. So, while I'm setting everything up, okay, here we go. It's Stream Manager, here we go, alright. And, yeah, Eden Zero. So I've actually never interacted with this. I just know it was like the big thing Hiro Mashima was working on following I want to say the end of Fairy Tail, or like as things were like starting to get to like the finale of Fairy Tail. I think like his assistant, kind of like with the Boruto situation, where Kishimoto's like assistant is the one managing it. I think Mashima's like assistant is working on Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest, while Mashima himself is working on this. I've seen stuff related to Eden Zero, but I also know that Mashima has a habit of having a lot of similar physical traits copy over for protagonists going from...
あれはな、ドラゴンじゃ。ドラゴン？あれは彗星かと思います。騙されたらしき。だが、近くで見るまでわからねえだろ。この国にしかいなかったら、わからねえことは山ほどある。たくさんの国へ行き、たくさんの人と会え。そして友達をたくさん作りなさい。友達？この世で一番大切なものじゃ。どんな時でもお前を支えてくれる。お前のために涙を流せる友達がいたら、一生大切にしなさい。
Bro, watch this get me into Eden Zero.
僕、涙は出ませんよ。機械に心はありませんから。誰にでもあるものじゃよ。心は。
So like I said, I've never interacted with Eden Zero. Again, like I was saying, a lot of physical traits for Mashima's characters carry over. Like a lot of like the. Listen to that goober. That's happy. Wow. Is this...
お前にできることなど何一つない。いや、俺にならできる。魔界流実験。
あんた、外の世界へ行きたいって言ってたでしょ。今がその時よ。あれがブルーガーデンの冒険者ギルド、流星の灯火。準備はいい？冒険の始まりよ。
Okay.
何の騒ぎじゃい。パパパパパパパパパパパパパ。
ハッピーブラスターはレートも高いんだよ。冒険。
This happy blaster.
俺だ。てめえら誰なんだよ。
随分と雑に扱ってくれましたね、ご主人。
逃がさねえぞ、ワイズ。
助けて、シキ、レベッカ。
ナイトギアの拳を受け止めただと。こいつの性能を思い知らせてやるぜ。それはこっちのセリフだ。
Yeah, for anyone watching this, I apologize. I have... That's Erza Scarlet! Okay, are we actually gonna get to play the game now? Thank you! Jesus Christ, photo mode. Yeah, so for anyone watching, I don't know if you were, like, coming in to actually... Oh. I don't know if you were, like, expecting, like, a blind reaction to just Eden Zero altogether. I apologize. Honestly, I was kinda hoping that it would start a little closer to the beginning. I have no idea. I'm so used to clicking the left stick to run that it's just... Also, for returning viewers, if you notice that my voice might sound a little better, it's because I've gotten a microphone. If it doesn't sound better, I apologize. I'm still trying to improve it and everything, and I moved it, so it's probably a little off. Oh, what the... Are those tentacle men? Space octopi. Oh wait, there was a second... Yeah, so... But, from what I understand, this is basically Natsu from Fairy Tail. Or at least in, like, appearance. And then... Rebecca is basically Lucy. I think the Vice guy might have a resemblance to Gray Fullbuster, but Elise Scarlet, or Crimson, I think her name was, looks like So wait, is this like a sci-fi magic series, or is this a... like the logic that like, sufficiently advanced technology is no different from magic, you know? Like Rick and Morty made fun of the concept with like a one-off thing on like the episode where Beth and Space Beth turned themselves into kids after like both of them had like a really hard day at work. But I'm curious, you know? I know nothing about Eden Zero. Just, again, that the characters all bear, like, the main cast bears an uncanny resemblance to the characters of Fairy Tail, who themselves bear an uncanny resemblance to the protagonists of Gravemaster. All of whom, I believe, travel with Plune, which is a little dog chihuahua monster thing. Okay, she's possessed, clearly. Yep. When ether gauge is at 100%, press R2 to activate your special skill. When you hit an enemy with an attack, the ether gauge fills up. The enemy increases depending on the combo. The ether gauge fills up when you land a finishing attack. And when you take damage from an enemy's attack. See, I asked.
魔王の力を受け継ぐ。なんで俺のこと知ってんだ。その力見せてみよ。
So again, I ask if this is like magic because of the fact that ether is basically like the name of the microscopic particle within Fairy Tail that is part of the name of the microscopic particle within Fairy Tail that produces magic. Specifically, I think it's called Ether Nano. But either way, I mean, to get ether, you know. Options, library, tutorials. Damn it, I want to use the R2 attack. But, okay, so apparently I inherited the power of Demon King. There's so much I don't understand.
魔王四皇星の一人ウィッチにございます。エーテルドライブエターナルナビゲーションシップ宇宙戦艦エデンズゼロ。
私のエーテルギアソウルブレイドなれば。
出たな宇宙忍者。
ディスペレドライバー。あれが時はみ。
ビビったっしょ。
エデンズゼロをハッキングしたなら気づいてるわよね。
貴様罪人に罰を紅に染まれ。人間に独りごとき一瞬で片付けられる兵器だというのに。
魔界流グラビティインパクト。
Hi, Yoshi.
お前の冒険はここまでだ。
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
嘘だ。こんなの嫌だ。
He's gonna get up and be just fine.
シキ、あったよ。何これ。
Why is she naked?
レベッカ、見えてきたよ。おお、グランベル王国だ。思ってたよりすごそうだね。寂れたテーマパークって聞いてたのにね。
Wait, what the fuck is going on?
シキーシキーシキー
ダーン。
わあ、シキだ。びっくりしたな、もう。
全然びっくりしてねえ。
Yoshi, calm down. He sees something outside.
びっくりしてあげたいんだけど、僕は機械だからね。
くそー。いつかびっくりさせてやるからな。
ジョンの足が故障して動けないんだ。急いで宿屋に行ってほしい。
修理か任せろ。
I will say this, I am glad this isn't a turn-based RPG like the Fairy Tail games were. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just... You know, you give me an anime where a guy basically can turn himself into a dragon through magic, or basically, like enhance himself with skills of a dragon using magic. You'd think that would be an action RPG. No, it's a traditional turn-based RPG. Again, I'm not unhappy that it's a turn-based RPG, but it's just... I got into Fairy Tail when I was in high school. I very much expected this from the first Fairy Tail game we got here in the States. And instead, Koei Tecmo gives us a fucking RPG. The guys who made Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden, who basically backed, I think that's the term, Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive couldn't give us something more interesting for a series like Fairy Tail than RPG. Honestly, I don't know. I dropped it after a while just because, or the game after a while just because I needed to, I was doing something else, but I really hope Fairy Tail 2 at least tries to improve upon Fairy Tail 1's gameplay, because it has a lot to make up for. First off, and this is turned from I want to experience Eden Zero into I'm gonna bitch and moan about Fairy Tail for the next 5 minutes while running around to Shiki. What? You're fucking lucky, little robot guy. Okay, fine. Pose, 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 pose. Okay. Unique. Anyway. Fuck, where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So, the Fairy Tail game drops you off right at the end, and it's essentially a sequel to a Japanese Fairy Tail game that came out on the PSP or the Vita. I forget which. But it was Japan only. It never came to the States. And then, like, God, I want to say it was like 2018 or 2019, something along those lines. Around that time, we get Fairy Tail. But it picks up, right, instead of saying, like, okay, let's pick up at the beginning of Fairy Tail's adventure so that we could try and pull more people in to this franchise that admittedly, I think, struggles with its reputation a bit. You know, it drops us off right near the end of the S-Class Mage exam, which is after a lot of stuff happens. A lot. It's honestly, it's not the middle of Fairy Tail, but it's right before the big first time skip. You know, every anime's got a good time skip, so, like, you know, Naruto has like a 2.5-year time skip where he goes to train with Jiraiya. Dragon Ball has actually Dragon Ball's got a couple, but the one that, like, I think a lot of people recognize as being like the big one is the time skip between the end of Dragon Ball proper and the beginning of Z, where it's basically right at the Goku and Chi-Chi's wedding. Enough time passes for them to have Gohan, and for him to get to, I think he's like 3 by the time Dragon Ball Z starts. But in the manga, it's just Dragon Ball, and it's the time skip. But so there was never any Z, but most anime fans know that. But anyway, I mean, there was even a time skip before that. The big time skip was, I want to say, like the year and a half or so, maybe like a couple years, where Goku went to train with Kami. And then when he comes back, it's the 23rd, and I could be wrong about that. I apologize if I'm wrong about this. The 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, or for those of us who are too white to know the difference between cilantro and oh wait, no, I actually have a pretty good joke here for those of us. Fuck, where is it?
Yosha, Boken da!
For those of us who are too white to know the difference between cilantro and shiso, probably know the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai as the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. That could have been a lot more organic, I will admit that, but I myself, like a couple months ago, learned about shiso, which is like, I think when I was looking up a flavor profile on Google, or I was looking it up on Google to try and look like up a colloquial English name, or just like a more common name than shiso that I might find at like the supermarket or whatever. They're like, oh, but the flavor profile is comparable to that of basil and cilantro. So that's why I'm roasting. I'm white. That's not. I used to have a camera. I stopped doing it after a while. I should probably start doing that again, especially with this nice mic. But I am white, so I'm making fun of myself here. I did not know that shiso was an herb. But moving on. But yeah, so there are like a couple time skips. I think I've never watched One Piece, but I think that's got a pretty substantial time skip. But yeah, it dumps you right off, and rightfully so. I think the whole intent was when they pick up at the end of Fairy Tail after the time skip. Fairy Tail's lost its reputation because all its like heavy hitters just vanished and were presumed dead. So like there's a big mechanic. It's like, oh, rebuilding Fairy Tail from the ground up, you know. They're like rebuilding its reputation, but still. Circling back to the actual point of this rant, they could have started, because there were a lot of points in Fairy Tail's series where, or at least when the manga starts, where it's got a pretty shitty reputation. Like in the beginning, Fairy Tail was popular, but it competed with its more successful rival, Phantom, something or other. Like, you know, like everyone knew Fairy Tail mages, they knew how destructive they were. Or actually, you know what, hold on, this is gonna drive me up a frickin' wall. Phantom Lord, that's right. So yeah, at the time of, like, the beginning of Fairy Tail, like, Fairy Tail is a popular guild. Yes, yawn all you want, Cheeky. Fairy Tail's a popular guild, but they are kind of the underdogs, and, well, they've got strong members. They are very destructive, so any financial success that they could have is undermined by having to basically haggle and argue and pay fines to the Magic Council of Fior, whereas Phantom Lord is the more successful guild. Despite having really strong members, they're more restrained, they're more successful, blah blah blah. So there's definitely, they could have done the whole building the Fairy Tail Guild up thing, you know, from the beginning, and then like after the time skip it had like a bigger like effect. But I'm just upset that they didn't start, like, because you either have to already know Fairy Tail or be invested enough by what you've seen to say, I'm going to go back and watch Fairy Tail, which, that's a big ask. There's, in terms of filler, it's got some pretty bad filler. Not even, like, not like a quality-wise. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, that's all filler. It's just, there's a lot of filler, especially later on, when, they were really trying to give Mashima time to catch up. It was really bad with the amount of filler that it got to the point that the series' popularity, the anime's popularity, took a dive. It got canceled, and basically, the developers said, okay, look, we're gonna, you know, Fairy Tail is still a high IP, we've just completely lost the plot here, so we're gonna let you, you know, we're canceling, you know, vanilla Fairy Tail, we're gonna bring back Fairy Tail, and then, you know, we're gonna, you know, but you gotta, like, be focused. I think we've gotten enough space between when Fairy Tail started, or, you know, from when you started doing the, frickin', filler arcs, and where they are in the manga now. I think you can safely catch up, and even then, if you can't, we will go on hiatus. It's not the end of the fucking world. And that's basically what they did for Fairy Tail. So they definitely could have done more to introduce people to the world of Fairy Tail better for the first Fairy Tail game. Because basically, again, so the Fairy Tail game that came out, one of the big issues I have with it, aside from it being a turn-based RPG, that really isn't so much of a loss, but as I was saying, what Eden Zero's presenting, this is more what I expected from a Fairy Tail game. But, you know, but it basically, again, it dumps you off, so you either need to know Fairy Tail or be interested enough in Fairy Tail to basically say, I'm going to go back and watch Fairy Tail. And that's not a bad thing. Again, it ends up getting really bad filler, and I would honestly say, if you wanted to watch if you want to watch if you just wanted like a pure Fairy Tail experience, you want to watch Fairy Tail up to the where the game dumps you off, then yeah. But I just look, either localize the games that came before Fairy Tail so that people here in the West can at least experience Fairy Tail in game form, or like proper in game form, or, you know, you're going to need to do an entirely new Fairy Tail game. But I'm hoping that Koei Tecmo improved for Fairy Tail 2. Actually, I wonder if that has a demo. But yeah, for those who are just coming in, I have no idea what's going on, or somewhat. They basically... Our first guest in 100 years. I'm better now, thank you, Sheik. What the fuck? Were they just giving that poor kid busy work? There's is not a demo for Fairy Tail. Boo.
映える動画もいっぱい撮れそう。
Is content the name of the currency in this game? Or in this world?
びっくりした。人。何よ。なんなのよ。
人間なのか。おお、すげえ柔らけえ。
なんなのこいつ。
I don't think he's ever seen a person. Like a human.
何よ。
友達になってくれ。
Look at that goober!
友達に。
Oh, come on, Rebecca. Be friends.
それで式はなんでいきなり友達になって。
His name's fucking Happy! His name is actually Happy! What the fuck?
死んだじいちゃんが友達いっぱい作れって言ってたからさ。
だからっていきなりすぎてびっくりしたわ。
知らないやつに会うの俺初めてなんだ。ここのみんなとは全員友達だからさ。酒場のミトラ、仕立て屋のジョン、そしてこいつがマイケル。
よろしくレベッカさん、ハッピーさん。
お前らはどこから来たんだ？
ブルーガーデンって言ってもわからないよね。
俺も行ってみてえな、他の国。
この島出たことないの？
俺ここでみんなの修理してるから、もし俺が出て行ったら機械直せる人いなくなっちゃうからな。
What's up, Pooper?
ちょっと全力で寝る。
Don't bark at me. He just collapsed!
急に寝る系なの？変なの？
なんでこんなところに人間が一人でいるんだろうって顔だね。式は特別なんだ。10年前に魔王様が連れてきて孫の
魔
そういう配役の一番偉い機械だったんだ。もう壊れちゃったけど。
Come over here and I'll snuggle and we'll play together.
さあさあ、もうさ
Yo, don't
今
you
夜お
dare!
迎えに泊まっておいき。
How you broke my other freaking gaming headset.
その前にこいつの髪切っていいですか？
Can I cut his hair?
僕たち人間のセンスわからないし、いいよ。
じゃあ
Come on over. Come on over, Yoshi. My dog seems like he needs love.
城主様、あの娘は。
分かっておる。時は来た。ということじゃ。
Go. Where's my cool baby?
髪！俺の髪がなくなった！マイケル大変だ！って誰もいねえ！あれ？みんなどこ行ったんだ？
That's a good question, Shiki.
広場の方がうるさいな。行ってみるか。
Motherfucker! Every other game, it's different. Don't you bite. Don't you bite. Yes, I love you. I'm gonna go for a walk when I'm done. Or even bed if that's what you want. But for now, I'm playing a game. I'm streaming. Okay, resting points.
Rebecca!
She's wearing different clothes, right? Yeah, she was wearing. Okay, she was asleep.
上司様、そいつは俺の友達だ。他の国から来たんだ。悪い奴らじゃねえ。
我々は100年この時を待っていた。外へ行くための船を持つ者をこの人間は消す。外の世界へ行くために。
What kind of batshit guacamole nonsense is that?
何言ってるかわからねえけど、ほどいてやってくれよ。みんなも上司様に何とか言ってくれよ。
人間は敵。我々を見下す。
Oh god, we got a fucking itchy and scratchy land situation
道
here.
具としか思ってない。平気で壊す。
僕は道具じゃない。
ウイルスで我々には自我が芽生えた。人間の道具ではないという自我が。我々は人間どもに復讐する。この世界は機械が支配する。人間は全て敵。敵じゃ。
なんでみんな友達だろ。
Shiki.
やめなさいよ。こんなのほんまにじゃない。シキはこの国の人みんな友達だって。友達だって言ってたのよ。友達って機械とか人間とかじゃないでしょ。
もうと
Oh, you want a treat tray? I will be right back after these messages.
Mine is! But thanks to the dog's cat friend or 4,000, dogs and cats can be friends!
And we're back. I don't know if anyone could hear that, but I sound insane, don't I?
お前は人間、我々は機械、共にはなれぬ。
Then why the fuck were you hanging out with him for 100 years, or for so long? 10 years, you know? Sorry, friend. We're former friend.
魔王より受け継ぎしその力、見せてもらおうか。
じいちゃんが言ってたんだ。お前のために涙を流せる友達がいたら一生大切にしなさい。そしてその涙のために戦え。
人間は全て敵じゃ。
No shit, sure. Oh, okay. There's the fucking one. I knew the game had one, I just couldn't. Okay, that was pretty fucking funny.
これが友情の力だ。
なんて力だ。どうなってるの？空中をあんなに自由に。そうか、シキが使ってるのは重力のエーテルギア。
じいちゃんから受け継いだ力だ。
敵だ。人間は敵だ。この世界は機械が支配する。
お前らの船はどっちだ？
あっ ちだけど。
よし、あっちだな。
Yes, we'll go for a walk today.
逃がす
In a
な
little bit, okay?
おえ
人間は敵。
俺は
人間は敵。
Michael, no,
お前ら
buddy.
行け。
あんたは？
俺は残る。
いいから来なさい。友達でしょ。
Aw.
アクアウィング発進。
I'm a
みん
fish!
なこれ船じゃなかったのか。
船よ。
It's a ship, alright. It's a spaceship!
あんた外の世界へ行きたいって言ってたでしょ。
おう、言ってたけど。
今がその時よ。
Aw. I think you gave him a little more than the outside world.
は？何これ。
宇宙って概念は知ってる？
それくれ知ってるぞ。あれだろ、ほら星がいっぱい浮いてて。あ、宇宙かここ。
そうよ。これは宇宙をかける船、アクアウィング。
You did not mentally or emotionally prepare him for any of this. You could have stayed on that planet for a
俺が
little
宇
longer.
宙。
シキは無事宇宙へ行ったか。うまくいってよかった。機械の我々は止まってしまう。こんな星に人間
Humans
がいては
cannot stay here.
魔王様に四季を宇宙に出してくれた頼まれていたしね。
Oh, so they were never bad. They just
こうでもし
fulfilling
ね
a
えと
final request.
出ていかねえからな。全員直してやるってさ。
皆良い演技であった。
魔王様、約束は果たしました。でもこんなに悲しい気持ちになるなら、こんなに寂しい気持ち、心なんていらなかったのに。
Aww. I think Shiki gave them all a heart. Like, just by interacting with them.
でね、宇宙にはいろいろあって、ここは桜コスモス。
あれが俺のいた星。
惑星グランベル。星そのものが一つ
Okay.
のテーマパークの星。
みんな友達だった。最後はおかしくなっちまったけど、みんな友達だった。ありがとな。みんながいたから寂しくなかった。
I just realized there's space cherry blossoms. It's beautiful. Oh my god.
私の名前はシャオメイ。何者かはいずれわかるでしょう。
Xiaomei? Okay, no, no, buddy. Stop. Stop. It's a cutscene. We're gonna snuggle, okay?
この物語の語り部とでも思ってください。
Okay, you're the
重
narrator.
力のエーテルギアを持つ少年が故郷を旅立
Why are
ち
you sitting under the microphone, Yoshi?
彼にはこれからどんな運命が待ち受けているのでしょう。後に大宇宙に名を残す男、四季グランベルの冒険の始まりです。
was the demo? Okay. Lacrima of Life. You know what? We are going to... I am a dragon!
宇宙にいるドラゴン。
少年は旅立ったかの少年はこの宇宙に何をもたらすのか伝説の英雄となるのか魔王として破壊の限りを尽くすのかさあ冒険の始まりよあなたの足で進むのです。
この船どこに向かってんだ？
ブルーガーデンよ。惑星ブルーガーデン、冒険者たちの星と言われてる。ねえ、あんたはすっごく強いし。
いいけどなんでだ？
私たちはこの B キューブっていう動画サイトでいろんな動画を配信してるの。 B キューバーなんて呼ばれてるわ
ね。B Cubers。
すげえなこれ。
ただ B キューバーっていろんなところにいるから危ない目に遭うこともあるんだ。
Okay。
だからか乗った。
決まりね。
ボディーガードってなんだかかっこいいな。ワクワクしてきた。
How long is the Eden Zero demo? Okay, it's an hour. But of course, I spent like a good 10 minutes.
こんなでけえ建物初めて見た。
あれがブルーガーデンの冒険者ギルド流星の灯火。準備はいい？冒険の始まりよ。
冒険の始まり。
No, it's not, Shiki. Sorry. Alright, so Yoshi's gotta go for a walk. So I think I'm gonna call it here for now. Yeah, okay, stop. No. I'm turning off the thing. Calm down. You're being overly dramatic. There's no reason. Oh, stop it. No. We're gonna go for a walk. Let me just sign off. God, Yoshi. This is why I normally have my gaming set up in my room, but it's just me this weekend. So, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful evening. I will continue the Eden Zero demo tomorrow.